Hello, Mr. President. It's November the 14th. It's 4:42. I just wanted to let you know, so we haven't had anything to eat. It's Tuesday today. The last time I had something to eat was Sunday. A woman stopped by on the street and gave me a donair sandwich. So we had two muffins to eat yesterday, and today I had somebody gave me some cheesies and chocolate. So that's all we've had to eat since Sunday. I did put out a tweet today saying that the CIA are involved in this. Maybe we should clear this up. Back in, I think it was early September, or it could have been late August of 2016, I went from Guelph to Toronto for the weekend. And in Toronto, I couldn't understand anything at the time, of course. I didn't know that the Great Water Apocalypse had occurred and that the Illuminati had taken over control of Canada. But now in hindsight, everything is 100% clear. The thing is, when I was there, Mr. President, the whole Toronto Gardiner Expressway, which is a freeway that runs along just north of the lake, it runs east-west, the whole freeway was blocked off, and there was a whole mass procession, like almost military style, of cars going through. And the first thing I thought was, this is a CIA operation. At this point in time, we can definitely say that the CIA is involved, that the Illuminati are heavily infiltrated in the CIA in the United States, and that the CIA is partly responsible for the torture that I've received for the past year and a half. Let's remind ourselves, there is a manual, Mr. President, called bear with me, I might get the name wrong. I've mispronounced it several times. I think it's called the Kubrak Manual. Kubrak. This is a manual that the CIA came up with in the 1970s on how to torture foreign dissidents, to get them basically to disarm them and to make them impotent. They were targeted by the CIA as enemies of the United States, whether that's true or not. But this Kubrak Manual is an extensive document that tells how to torture in a non-violent way, which is exactly what's been done to me over the past year and a half. So we have to be honest with you. We are going to be honest here. The CIA is intimately involved, and the CIA and the United States government are partly responsible for the suffering that I've received over the past year and a half. They're responsible for the suffering that I currently receive in Vancouver. They're responsible for why I am sleeping and starving on the streets at night. They're responsible for why I'm losing weight rapidly, and why I've been assaulted several times over the past year. We need to clarify the record on that the United States government will be sued by Where's My Canada, as will the Canadian government, and as will Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. Justin Trudeau knew exactly what was going on and knew of the plans for the Great Water Apocalypse, but he did nothing to warn Canadians or warn Canada, which is treason. All of these things have to come out. The fact that I'm being starved and held hostage here, and let's be honest, Mr. President, I was drugged, remember, and kidnapped on June the 14th, 2016, and I have been held as a captive ever since. I have never had a day in front of a court, in front of a judge. I've never had any charges read to me, but I've been imprisoned in this nationwide internment camp ever since. There goes the Illuminati right by there, just to distract you. So let's keep these important points in focus, Mr. President. Last Wednesday, I was kidnapped. No one has done anything about it. No one has helped me. No one has asked any questions. No one has pursued anything about that. And yesterday, my charter right to free conscience was violated in the Holy Rosary Church. Nothing has been done about that. Nobody has asked any questions. No one has offered any advice. There goes the Illuminati again, right there. No one's done anything to help this situation, and at this point, I just keep starving and freezing to death on the streets at night until someone decides that, I guess the heat is too strong to not do anything to finally act. Let's not kid ourselves. With a multi-billion-dollar budget in probably the hundreds of billions of dollars, if the CIA wanted to rescue me, I would have been rescued months ago. It's not very difficult to rescue one simple man from a big city. The CIA, I think, has ample resources and wisdom on how to execute such a strategy. The fact that I'm still starving and freezing on the streets at night in Vancouver is because no one wants to help.